From Burlock to Bridge Road, Dorval to Donovan Bailey Park, a beautiful June sunset is shining over Oakville tonight as Ontario Premier League action kicks off yet again at the Bronte Athletic Park as Rush Canada hosts International FC in OPL 2 weekend action. The season has not been the kindest to either side as they have both struggled in their respective campaigns. Both in the bottom half of the table, Rush come home in 7th with a 3-3-4 record, while the visiting Globetrotters and International are just a step below, but 6 points behind at 2-0-9. Please stay with us as OPL 2 action is about to get underway after the National Anthem of Canada. International FC coach Manuel Corona said he believes in the core of this group, and that is true with looking at the starting 11 for this evening compared to their last meeting with Tecumseh United. Although Ty Ducart is out of the net, in between the pipes for International is TMU bold Elisa Paolucci. In the defense, Isabella Langeli, Amanda Rankin, Marisale. In the midfield, Alessandra Page, Dilana Markowski, Soledad Vasquez, Alexa Shrewy, Tara Sisick, Courtney Douglas, and Ava Mills top the front. On the other side of the pitch, shooting from left to right, Rush FC are going mostly unchanged from their meeting against Oakville. Ashley Ramsey is in between the pipes once again. Bianca Mazzaferro is on D. Angela Kristic, Nikolina Rupcic, and Maya Corbet are both on the back line, all on the back line as well. Madison Mariani, Shiloh Goodwin, Ava Young in the midfield. Danielle Wiley, Della Weir, and Sienna de Blasio are all on the front line for Rush Canada. International enter this match with a lot to prove here, trying to make their way back up the table in the second half of the 2026 campaign. Although this is their first season in the Ontario Premier League, having taken over Alliance United's license earlier this year, they have been struggling with their offense. With only 13 goals for, 35 goals against, and a negative 22 goal differential, International will be looking for anything to make the ball find the back of the net. Oppositely, Rush sit only a few points above them in 7th place. However, they have also struggled with the back of the net, have only 25 goals for, and a plus 8 goal differential, which would seem promising compared to their opponents. However, in the grand scheme of things of the OPL 2 table, only puts them at 7th. Taken to the pitch now are both sides, along with the officials. Lucas Capisotto, Camilla Baradas, Basil Zeminski, and Mahmoud Gulestani is the 4th official. In what has been a busy month for football in this country, Toronto has been alive with fans from around the world as they descend into BMO Field, now affectionately called Toronto Stadium, for World Cup action. And the excitement is palpable across the Ontario Premier League as well, as the next stars of both the Canada's men's and women's national team are making their statements here on the local pitches across the province.
Hey, right down. Yeah.
The fans sharing their enthusiasm for rush defender Bianca Mazzaferro. Laughs coming across the field. And with that opening whistle, we are live here at the Bronte Athletic Park. International sends it deep down the right field line. Back and forth across a few heads, and Rush maintain possession. Push up the left field line. Out for a throw-in with Christic taking it. International playing very deep this evening, knowing that they have got a long way to go, facing against this very impressive Rush offense. On multiple occasions this season so far, Rush have made multi-goal appearances, with Maya Corbett and Madison Mariani leading the charge alongside Delaware in the Golden Boot race for this side. Madison Mariani currently leads the squad with 8 goals. Delaware, the University of Vermont Catamount, is there at 6, and Corbett sits at a comfortable 3 so far in the campaign. Rush pushing up slowly with 6 forward going into the penalty area. Here's the ball through. Do we find it? And it is intercepted by Langeli and sent out for another Rush throw-in. Good through ball, almost finding Delaware. Throw goes a little short. International attempts to clear it, but slowly rolls back towards the penalty spot. Calmly collected by the Rush back line. Sending it down for Young. Young is not able to make it in time by Langeli. Defends it out for a goal kick. Paolucci on the back line coming in for Ty Ducart tonight. This is her 7th appearance in OPL 2 action this year, clocking a total of 630 minutes. And there's a close ball that's going over the bar, but Rush almost capitalizes early on in approximately only about the 3rd or 4th minute so far this game. Great effort. Great effort there by Maya Corbett, the third, as I said, the third top scorer on the team, to try and tuck one past Paolucci. Battle for it in the far corner. Sally defending it against Veer. Rush just sending it. There's a trip up on the back line by Rupcic, and here goes International with their first chance of the game. Sissix carrying it down the left field line. Multiple options in the middle, but ultimately she is dissuaded of the ball. She's trying to maintain the possession, and they do get it back. Here goes Sally. Sally sending it back. A missed pass by the defending line. Puts it in Rush's hands, but now International have regained it at the center field. International captain Douglas was trying to find something, unable to, and here goes Rush once more. De Blasio sends it in. Douglas intercepts, and it goes to the feet of Paolucci, calmly scooping it up. And here goes for another reset for the visitors. Playing up the far touchline by International, looking for any way to get out of the midfield. Mills putting pressure on Mazzaferro. The favorite to the fans of to my right. Long ball finds Young. Young's got some space for it. Gets around Langeli, but is ultimately taken away from it. International once again on the press. Good run by Sissik. Foul against Rush Canada as Ava Mills is down. Looks like a Rush midfielder may have stepped on the foot of number 23. Mills is down and seemingly a decent amount of pain. The trainer has yet to be called on, though. with the play pressing down the close side. It was out of my view, but it looks like Ava Mills is okay, and we will be restarting here with an international free kick at approximately the 42-yard mark. Correction, 44-yard mark. Here's Shrewy, looking deep for any white shirt. Here's the kick. Soars high and almost into the net. Luckily taken away by Ramsey for Rush Canada. Expertly collected, but it was a challenging shot nonetheless for the Rush Canada goalkeeper. Push up by Christic. Goes out for a rush throw in. Good play there by Ripchich, and she's pushing down the center line. She is Young on her right. Does she go in? She's going to Young. Young's attempts at crossing goes off of Langeli, and we are going through another rush throw-in on the close touch line. Long throw by Rupchich into the penalty area. Unable to find a blue shirt, but ultimately collected by a blue shirt. Here's Captain Mariani. Sending it to De Blasio. De Blasio cross in. Headed away by International. Sissig looks for somebody, finds the cross, and goes to her teammate in Makarowski. But Makarowski's unable to make it, and another rush throw-in. Russia International unable to maintain possession on that interception. Keeping it out of their defending third. So far, not a bad start for the visitors. Definitely a start that Coach Manu Corona would expect from his side, considering the firepower they do have. Long ball. Finds Sally. Sally fighting for it in the corner against Wiley, and it goes out for a goal kick. Sally gets a bit of a shove by Wiley. Referee ultimately decides, play on, go to the goalie. Mills putting pressure on the Rush backline. Enough pressure to put it out for an international throw-in. Good play by Langeli. Holding on to possession. As much in possession as International can have is what they would want. Good ball by Weir. Good ball to Weir. Unable to control it in time. Paolici collects it. Paolici just one of several members of the TMU Bowl dotting this International FC lineup. And plays like that reminds you why she's playing at this level and at the OUA. Good game knowledge, knowing when to rush and when to leave it to the defenders.
Show for her.
Speaking before the game, Coach Corona of International spoke to how he built this roster.
Well done, Tara.
Namely, leaving it to multiple different collegiate programs, including the Sheridan Bruins, the Centennial Colts, and the Carleton Ravens. Looking to them for inspiration and praising the tenacity of the programs they built within those schools. Weird push on the back of Sally, makes her give up the ball, and here come Rush again in the attacking third. Playing the penalty area, and wow, Paolucci goes to charge it, trying to make sure that Mariani doesn't get past her to put it in the back of the net. And although it bounced off her hands briefly and quite awkwardly, she was able to recoup it. Few headers in the center field. Puts the ball at the feet of International. Here they go. Shot. And we have an opening goal! A long shot by Tara Sisek that should not have been threatening for Ashley Ramsey. Sneaks between her hands and finds the mesh. And in the opening 11 minutes, International are on the board. Absolutely unforeseen start for Rush Canada in an attempt that truly should not have been in the back of the net. But whether it be due to just slippery gloves or a weird bounce, Ramsey was not able to collect that. And International have taken the lead. International have clearly found some momentum here, putting more pressure onto the ball, although they did just give away a free kick to Rush, who were looking to play it quickly, but decided to instead allow their forwards to get a bit of space. Ball looking for Weir. 17 against 17 action on the far touchline. Ends in an International throw-in. Referee says play on despite the protest from the Rush bench. Throw in by International, going off the Rush midfielder, Goodwin, going for another throw in. Short one here. And the chances have turned. Rush are now in possession on the touchline. Quick pass to Corbett. Looking for any blue shirt to support them. Pass up the middle, just a bit too hard for de Blasio. But here we go with Young. Young finds de Blasio. De Blasio cutting into the middle. Pass for Weir. Weir unable to get that. International recover it.
Well done, well done, well done. That's okay. Let's get it back.
Some unfortunate passing here by International. Hits off of what I can only assume to be Young. Going for an International kick. Truly thought that that was going out for a Rush can to throw in, rather. Referee certain, and we play on. Weird bounce sends Sisek, the goal scorer. Back to Lingelli. Long pass by Corbett, unable to find the captain. Paolucci takes her time. International definitely know what they're doing when it comes to defending Rush Canada's captain, Madison Mariani. The current Bowling Green Falcons sits atop of Rush's goal scorers with 8 goals on the season, as mentioned previously. Can the Richmond Hill native make it 9 tonight? Seeing as the position Rush are in, we all know that Coach Michael de Blasio will be looking at her for the inspiration, the leadership, and the goal. Mariani also knows how to make her presence known within the league at large, having made the OPL Team of the Week a total of 6 times so far this season across only approximately 10 games. Weeks 6, 8, 9, and 10 all had Rush Blue in the OPL 2 Team of the Week with Mariani there. Challenge in the middle of the field, Rush regained it and restart their push. Some weird headers, finally finds the head of Mills, who sends it out to the corner. Makarowski's there, sends it in. dispossessed as Goodwin tries to clear it, unable to. But here goes the rush push.
Too easy, too easy.
Good through ball for Weir. Does Paolucci get there in time? Yes, she does. Goes off the back or head of one of her defenders, and Rush maintain possession. Young tries to find Weir. Weir and Douglas going back and forth a little bit there. Some good defending by Douglas, some good attacking by Weir.
That's okay, that's okay.
Bad touch by International. Almost ends up at the feet of the right winger Young. But with the ball going out against de Blasio, White are able to slow down the game a little bit. Short throw by International. Sees them return to their D-line to see if they can open up something else in the midfield. Mariani tried to go for the run there, was unable to be found. Good challenges there by Russian International and around the 40-yard line. Here come Rush. Cross in. Does it find Mariani? Yes, it does. Does she get the left foot on it? Yes, it does. Ooh, not as much power as she probably would have hoped. Paolucci bouncing off her hands, almost intercepted by Weir, who could have tapped it in, but jumps back on it and regains control of this game. A good chance there by the leading scorer. Unable to get enough sauce behind that ball with her left foot to send it home. So we have another International player down. Looks like Makarowski is needing some assistance by her own bench. With a slight limp, she seems to be continuing on. Ref says, play ball. Rush keeper Ramsey telling her team to really slow down the momentum of the game, find their rhythm. Do they heed that advice, or do they maintain this momentum, this speed of the match? Both have their pros, both have their cons for the trailing side. A slower game would allow them to truly view the pitch for the whole thing. Long ball here for Young. Young gets there just before it crosses the goal line. Cross in, off a defender, off the foot of a rush tacker, but it goes out wide. And we do have a player in blue down. It seems like Corbett is in quite a bit of pain after being tackled with a shoulder by by an International midfielder. Referee did play the advantage as Young crossed it in, but Corbett is now getting the attention of the trainer. Under new FIFA laws, Corbett must go off for a period of time with the trainer as she's going to be evaluated. Seems to be gripping the back of her neck, having hit the ground pretty hard after that challenge. But after she serves her, for lack of a better word, timeout, she will be returning to the pitch. Paolucci lining up. Long ball finds Mills. Mills was unable to get control of that pass from Paolucci, the long pass, but a touch by Rush puts it out for a throw-in. Here comes a substitution for International. Substitution for International has Amanda Rankin coming off and Anna Simasova coming on. Weir finds Young on the close touch line. She has a little bit of space. She gets around her marked defender. Cuts in. Gets a touch off before it crossed the goal line. Here's a shot. De Blasio is unable to make it all the way to the net, but Rush are able to maintain this pressure. Rupcic goes to Young. Young has the space and multiple options for a cross in. Cuts in herself. Here's the pass. Douglas dissuades it. Mariani tries to get the head on it, unable to maintain it. Keeps it in a dangerous position. Mariani crosses over. And although Corbett was able to get a touch on it, Young was not able to cut back in for the tap in. Short pass by Paolucci. There was an attempt for the short pass to go for a longer pass by the defending line, but there was no one there to receive it, and Rush are now in possession once again. Through ball for Mariani, too powerful. Paolucci easily sweeps it up. Coaches Corona and James of International calling out plays for their team, trying to make something happen to double this lead. Although International are holding on strong to their one goal difference, Rush are demonstrating that they are to be feared and that this game is far from over here in the 23rd minute. Young crosses in. Does she find Weir? No, she doesn't. Does find Goodwin. Goodwin tries to find Mariani. Rupcic and Kristic looking to make something happen in the center field. But Young was not able to make the run, going for another throw. Bit of confusion amongst the players as to whether it be a throw or a free kick. Referee decides throw, maintaining the position of his assistant. Young and Douglas, Mariani and Douglas going at it in the corner. Mariani eventually finds Young. Young crosses in, going off the foot. Who I believe was Sally, and we're going for the first Rush corner of the game. Here's a shot in. Mariani's attempt either was looking for a head or the far left post, finding neither. Good attempt nevertheless for the Rush Canada, and they're maintaining this stranglehold on the attacking third. Ava Young for Rush Canada is a recent signee with the Quinnipiac Bobcats of the NCAA Division I women's soccer in the Northeast. Despite only having played 6 games so far with the Bobcats, she has already found herself 1 goal and 1 assist for a solid 2 points in her rookie season. Here's Mills. Mills sending it down the line for Vasquez. Vasquez cross in. Ramsey Noggin letting this one slip through her hands and calmly, coolly collects it. Rush might be regretting those short passes by Ramsey to her defending line as International are back in possession on the close touch line. Here's a shot. Page's attempt, unable to find the posts or the net for that matter. But you could hear that there were some gasps from the Rush backline. Unable to see it from my position. It seems that it did touch a Rush defender, and the referee is signaling for a corner kick. But I believe is the first corner for International this match. Cross in, Douglas. Not Douglas, rather. Going to Douglas. Ball goes off of Marisale. Although we do not track possession stats here at the OPL, I would hedge a bet that the possession is nearly 50-50 between these two very closely matched sides. As mentioned at the top, although 6 points do separate them from between 7th and 8th place, with Rush being in the advantage there. On the pitch itself, the level of competition, the level of play seems to be quite comparable between two of the newer clubs in the Ontario Premier League, or at the time when Rush joined it, League One Ontario.
Right there, right there, right there. That's okay, that's okay, that's okay. First, girls, first now.
Throw in here for Rush Canada. Finds Weir. Weir's header back, bounces through Mariani,
Get a foot in there, guys. Come on now.
and sent in by Rupchich. Rupchich's long ball awkwardly bounces off of Weir, and Paolucci is taking her time, allowing Weir to rush up, using some of her energy, trying to slowly deplete this Rush side.
Who's there, girls? Come on now. Got to challenge that.
No one there to receive Paolucci's drop kick,
Well done, Soleil.
but here goes International once more. Pass to Mills, unable to be completed. Douglas sends it deep to Sisek, but the far line official ultimately rules her in an offside position. Sisek getting a bit too close with the referee's comfort to this restart. If you're just joining us, my name is Nelson Mahmoudi here in the 29th minute at the Bronte Athletic Park as Rush Canada hosts International FC. International were able to get on the board quite early in the 11th minute
Watch outside.
as Tara Sisek's long ball from the 42nd yard mark find the back of the net. Here was a cross in for Rush. Weir and Young looking for any sort of rebound off of the hands of Paolucci. Once again collected. And possession switches once more. The sun has fully set tonight in Oakville, but a beautiful light blue glow shines the horizon in the west. And from my position, there is no better night for the beautiful game as there is tonight, rather. These are the nights that any young player across this country dreams of. A semi-professional contract, chances to go professional with the Northern Super League, the Canadian Premier League, or with the World Cup in town, the men's and women's national teams. Light shining, good football on the pitch, and now a free kick for Rush. Mills knew what she was doing by running in front of the shot of Mariani, forcing her to wait a little bit, giving her defending line time to get back into position. Long ball by Mariani, finds Weir. Weir's header, oh, just goes left of the post. From my position, it truly did seem like it was going to find the back of the net, but Weir's attempt was unsuccessful in the end, and it seems we do have someone down on the 6-yard box. Trainer is out treating them. It's may have been a bit of a head contact when Weir went for that, for the tap in. I believe that is International's Douglas, who was on the ground. She seems to be okay, but as mentioned previously, she will have to go off for, I believe it's 30 seconds before she may re-enter the field, having been seen by the trainer. No foul on the play. Paolucci trying to get her players into position from the backside. Ball soars towards the center circle. In a perfect position to view it, no handball on Sisek, though here's a chance for Rush. Weir gets around Paolucci. Does she find the back of the net? She does! Della Weir nets one for the hosts, and we are all level here as Rush find their opener. A miscue by the International FC defense has Weir split the defense, step around Paolucci, and with a left foot tap it home for Rush's equalizer. Clearly demoralizing for the visitors in what has been one of their few leads this season, and a good lead at that, having held on to it for the past 21 minutes. That is Weir's 7th of the season, putting her one step closer to taking over the Golden Boot conversation of Rush from Mariani. Having joined the University of Vermont Catamounts in 2024, she is no strange. Is that another one for Weir? Oh my goodness, just sliding wide as Paolucci gets the touch on it. Weir is making her presence known on this pitch tonight, with this being, I believe, her 4th attempt on net. 4th threatening attempt on net, that is. As I was saying, the University of Vermont Catamount is no stranger to success, with the Catamounts being national champions on the male side just 2 years ago. With 14 shots and 7 games played in 2025, she is a very prominent figure on whatever team she's playing front line. Makarowski's reception unsuccessful. Through ball from Mariani. Douglas is able to get there in time instead. Weird pass to Paolucci, who's unable to get it out of their end. Mariani recovers it. But the close side assistant referee deems her in an offside position, and Rush are forced to retreat. A header off the top of Mills, rolls to Ramsey, who's telling her team, get up, get up, get up. We need that second goal. About 11 minutes left in this first half. Rush and International level on 1. Young pushing down the right sideline towards the corner. Cross in. Pressure by Mariani. Paolucci is forcing to reach around her. Multiple complaints coming from across both rosters. Mariani claiming that Paolucci was grabbing her, trying to force her around. Paolucci not too favorable with the kicks that she was getting from Mariani as she was attempting to grab the ball. But we play on here with the ref giving it to Paolucci for the restart. Weir gets in front of that pass, goes to Mariani. Finds Wiley on the far side. Wiley's crossed in. Unsuccessful. Paolucci recovers it. Mills telling her players to step, including Sissek. Sissek's putting pressure on Ramsey. Unable to get there in time, looking for her second. Ramsey denies it. Good forward thinking there by the goaltender. Making sure to shorten the distance between her and the ball before Sissek was able to do the same. De Blasio's through ball sneaks through several sets of legs before ending in the hands of Paolucci. De Blasio's touch goes to Weir, back to De Blasio. Cut in the middle for Corbett. Unable to do anything with it, and International were in possession, but here we go again. Rush putting on the pressure truly late in this first half. No one there to receive Young's pass, and it's rolling slowly. Out for a throw-in. If you're Michael de Blasio here, having seen the difference in play between his side in the first quarter of this game and this second quarter, conversations in the locker room at half will be quite interesting. How do you maintain momentum after the 15-minute break? How do you truly ensure that your passes are finding other blue shirts? And how do you beat this very impressive performance by Paolucci? Despite all of that, none of it is impossible for this Rush side, having done it several times prior so far this season. Although they were eliminated in the first round of the Ontario Cup in a 1-0 loss to Sudbury, they have marked several multi-goal victories on the campaign, including a 6-0 beatdown of the Burlington Bayhawks. In previous meetings, they also were able to take down the Unionville Milliken Strikers SC 6-0. Two of their most impressive performances on the season, even if they were against arguably weaker competition of the two teams that currently sit 9th and 10th in the OPL 2 standings. It's over 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Game is drawn even. Deep throw by Rupčić and a cross in by Rupčić. Looking for Kristic. Kristic recovers it, but not in a position favorable for a cross back. Decides to return to her D-line, looking for a rebuild. Kristic receives a quick pass. Looking for Corbett. Corbett was not able to get there. But in the fray with Mariani, Paolucci was the last one to touch it, and Mariani here is here for the corner. Opportunity for Rush once again. Paolucci unable to recover. One more corner as we enter these final 5 minutes. Can Rush do something with this here to take the lead before the half break? Short pass to De Blasio. De Blasio back to Mariani. And the position was offside for Mariani on the far touchline, having failed to get back behind the ball when receiving the pass by de Blasio, clearly indicated by the raised flag of the assistant referee. Referee Lucas Capisoto very particular with his placement of the ball. No fault of his own. That is the rules of the game, though Paolucci was a bit perturbed with the preciseness. Push up here by Sisek. Makarowski's on the far touchline trying to challenge it. Saleh trying to double back, unable to reach her marked midfielder in Christic. But the pressure was just enough to force her to give away the ball. And International regained control. Weird trip up by Saleh on the far line. And here comes the rush press once again. Always starting with Young on the right side. Does she cross in? Does she go for the cross? Does she cut in or does she go for the cross? She cuts in. Trips up on the ball. And International maintain possession, but eventually send it out for the throw. Young seemed a bit upset with the lack of call there, but the referee determining that it was truly a trip up on the ball. And Rush remains in possession in the attacking third anyway, so here we go with the throw. Ripchich finds Mariani. Pressure on by Douglas. Back to de Blasio. De Blasio's crossed in, looking for Weir. Unable to find her, instead finding the raised foot of an International defender. Mills sending up the line for Wiley. Apologies, for Makarowski. Here's Weir once more. Cutting on the left side. She's got Young on the right. Challenged by the International defender. Dispossesses Weir, and it rolls into Paolucci's hands. Pass through from Mills off the foot of Sisek. Unable to find her teammate in white. Here's Ramsey with the long drop kick, looking for any blue shirt to pull it forward, and unable to. Another deep dump and chase ball by Rush Canada. Here's Young on the touchline again. Once more, do we go for the cross or do we go for the cut-in? Looking, it seems as she was going to go for the cross, but unable to control it before it rolls out for the goal kick. Good battle here on the close touchline between Sisek and Rupchich. Ooh, trip up by Page, gives the ball to de Blasio. De Blasio finds Weir. Does she get there in time? No. Ref giving the countdown for Paolucci to release the ball, getting to 2 seconds before she eventually does. Clearly the rush was not enough. Wild challenge by Mills on Mazzaferro, and seemingly a hair pull by Mills, unable to get around her marked defender, giving the ball up in the process for a blue free kick. Some disillusionment by Mazzaferro that was even allowed to happen, but she does win the foul. Kind of an unnecessary foul by Mills, seeing as they were both good in that line and the running line for the ball that just made it ahead of both of them. Deep ball in for Young. Here's the cross from Young. Finds her teammate. Wiley was unable to do anything with it, but here we go again with Rush. Fourth official has indicated 2 minutes of added time as Weir presses forward against Paolucci. 2 minutes for either side to claim this half, or 2 minutes for them to return to the drawing board for the second 45. Mariani playing deep. Looking from the through ball from de Blasio. Winning it against Vasquez, and here we go again with another rush cross, and here's Weir. Does she get the tap in? No, she does not. Unable to control it at her feet, and International able to clear it. Not fully, though, because here comes Young. Weird pass slash shot by Young, unable to find anybody. You know that International are just begging to hold on to this point as it stands right now. Sisek attempted to find Mills. Goes off the legs of the defender. Another deep ball in for Mills. Again, once more, unable to find her. Weir's header ends up at the feet of Douglas. Tennis going on here in the center field. Ooh, almost a good through ball by International. Sisek stopped before she was able to fully gauge the play. And although the ball was there for her to take away from Mazzaferro, decides to go for the throw-in instead. Just not fully realizing what was happening. And there is the halftime whistle here at Bronte Athletic Park. A strong showing by International in the first 22 minutes is matched by an equally strong showing in the second 22 by Rush with a mid-time score of 1-1. Here at the halftime break, the Ontario Premier League would like to thank some of their notable partners, including the Cruyff Institute, educating the future leaders of the soccer industry, Gatorade, rehydrate, replenish, refuel. One Soccer, the home of soccer in Canada, following your favorite OPL alumni as they compete in the Canadian Premier League, the TELUS Canadian Championship, and with our Canadian national teams, all exclusively on One Soccer. MSA, Major Sports Analysis, delivering the data behind every game. Every men's and women's OPL match is powered by MSA Insights, with performance features and data-driven spotlights shared across the OPL and club's social media channels. Voight, the official match ball of the Canadian Premier League and the preferred match ball of the Ontario Premier League. Hummel, the official apparel supplier of the OPL. And of course, the Canadian Premier League. Our game, our country, our league. My name is Nelson Mahmoudi. We will be returning in 15 minutes for the second half of this match between Rush Canada and International FC. Welcome back, Ontario footy fans. We are live here at the Bronte Athletic Park for the second half in this meeting between Rush Canada and International FC. Despite a strong opening by the visiting Globetrotters, with a goal by Tara Sisic, Rush were able to equalize in the 32nd minute as Della Weir netted her 7th of the 2026 campaign, and that is where we remained coming in at the end of the first half. With the teams switching side, International will be shooting from left to right, and the host Rush Canada will be doing the opposite, right to left. My name is Nelson Mahmoudi, and you are joining us on a beautiful evening for soccer. Perfect temperature here, no wind, the lights are shining down on the pitch. And with this upcoming whistle by the referee, we will be starting the second 45 to determine the winner, the loser, or whether this will end in a draw here in Oakville. One substitution coming during the half for International FC. Guyanese national team member Diana Makarowski coming off the pitch in place of Elizabeth Maoni. The only substitution occurring at the half. A retreating play by Mazzaferro to the feet of her goalie, Ramsey. A foul against Wiley. Ultimately wins the free kick in a dangerous position within 28 yards of the goal, with Shuri taking the kick. Alexa Shuri is a Carleton Raven, having started her season with her time with them in 2023. Cross in. Shuri almost finds a header of her teammate. Sneaks through all players, going off of a blue shirt and for a corner. A good cross by the Raven, who in 2025 was named the League Two Ontario Midfielder of the Year with the Simcoe County Rovers reserve side. Fireworks going off behind me is what you might be hearing. Almost celebrating a goal for International. Ball slides out. Mills was unable to get her header on it, but it ultimately is going for the corner as indicated by the linesman here. Back-to-back corners for International. Seemingly some confusion within the penalty area as to who was going to take it, whether it be a goal kick or a corner. But in comes running Langeli as we go for this again, back-to-back corners for the visitors. Referee Capasotto warning the players not to get too handsy, not to get too pushy in the penalty area. Ooh, a beautiful save by Ramsey off of a awkward footing, but good strike by International, specifically International Soledad Vasquez. And again, another corner for International. 3 back-to-back-to-back. Will they find the net here early in the second half? Fireworks a little bit early before the shots. Some may believe in psychic powers, but whoever is shooting off those fireworks were not able to predict an International goal. Just an International throw-in. Large fireworks demonstration going on behind us here with the referee seemingly pausing the match. Whether it be related to the fireworks or not is undetermined. Seemingly so, as the fourth official is looking to investigate. But Canada Day has come early here at the Bronte Athletic Park. A round of applause roars out from the benches, the players, and the fans here. Fireworks seemingly have ended, but a lovely display nevertheless. I truly do not know how to quantify what I just witnessed. Pass here, right, short pass here by Ramsey to the defenders. Rush tries to get out of their own zone. Saleh won it back for International, only for them to lose it again. Saleh is down on the field now with apparently seemingly a head injury. Trainer is coming out into the pitch. Saleh is slow to her feet, gripping her forehead, but is getting up on her own. Saleh and Goodwin getting checked out, it seems. Goodwin remained on her feet, but was uneasy nevertheless, and the referee wanted to make sure that both of them would be okay. Being brought off here to the close touchline to be examined by their respective trainers. The referee will be going with a drop ball, it seems. Christic plays it short. Shot by International, and it finds the back of the net! Perhaps those fireworks were a demonstration of what was to come, as fireworks are now coming from the International forward line, and they have retaken the lead here in the 51st minute. I could not see who was able to get that strike off, but I believe it was off the foot of Soledad Vasquez or Ava Mills. Nevertheless, you know that Coach Corona will be happy with his side for that demonstration of prowess. Apologies to all the viewers at home. I was completely incorrect with my guesstimation as who was able to find the back of the net. It was, in fact, Tara Sisek for her brace on the night. Two goals now for the Ontario Tech U Ridgeback. The former Ontario Tech U Ridgeback, rather. Sisek knows how to lead her teams. She was the former captain in her final year with the Ridgebacks and was her Rookie of the Year for the university in her first year. Her previous coaches have described her as a creative player who has the qualities to change the tempo and dynamics of a game, and that is on display here tonight in Oakville. Michael de Blasio's side is looking for anything to try and change the tempo of this match to put the ball back into the attacking third. But International have seemingly have a stranglehold over this game right now. A good early showing in this second half by the visitors. Short throw by Vasquez. Off the foot of who I believe to be Mayoni. Incorrect once again. We're back with an International throw. Dissatisfaction amongst the fans as the referee tells the player to retreat. Back up a few feet, the referee says, and Vasquez obliges. Rush here trying to make something out of nothing. Another shot off the crossbar by Mills. Oh my goodness. Ultimately deemed offside, but what a strike from the striker. Slight confusion, but rather than being an offside, as I had previously assumed, it had crossed the goal line after touching the crossbar, and we resume with a goal kick. A trip up by Douglas allows through Weir. Weir crossing in. Douglas tries to get back, unable to get to her. Luckily, her defending partner is there to dispossess Weir. Referee deem a handball on the captain. Quick pass in. Paolucci's there to make sure Weir does not get her head on it to tie this game back up. Ball comes out just below where I'm standing right now for a rush throw-in. Wiley takes a quick. Amounts to nothing as international return. Here comes Ramsey way out of her net to the 25 yards. Luckily, her defending partner was there. Her defender was there, rather. Rupcic made sure that Ramsey was not going to be in harm's way from any attempt at the net by the attacking international. Paolucci taking her time, truly threatened with the threatening the have a corner kick called on her under the new FIFA rules. Previously, for the uninitiated, had a goalie held onto the ball for more than the allotted period of time, it would be an indirect free kick within the penalty area. But changes to the laws of the game now indicate that that will go to a corner rather than an indirect free kick. Paolucci coming down to the 1 or 2 second mark at the count of the referee, releasing it just in time. You may be hearing loud bangs behind me. The fireworks have returned in shorter stints now, but they seem to be circling the field, having gone from the near the opposite touchline to now the goal line behind Rush Canada's Ashley Ramsey. Unfortunately, the timing again for those lighting the fireworks not timed well enough to mark the big moments of this match. Maybe another one will come here as international return to the attacking third. Ball trapped up within the bleachers. Mayoni throwing it back to Vasquez. Throw down the line. Cross in, finds Mills. Mills unable to hold it. Mayoni. Back to Shrewy, rather. Shrewy has it in the midfield area. Dances around her marked midfielder. But able to do enough. Here goes Weir. Weir running down the pitch. One-on-one with... Oh my goodness. Weir taps it home. Paolucci, there was nothing she could do about that. Diving, trying to do anything to block that ball from getting past her. And Weir ties this back up. And we are now level once again here in the 58th minute mark. Two masterclass performances from Delaware and Tara Sisek, with braces to both of their names. And it is 2-2. Reserve celebrations from the Rush Canada bench, to say the least, but jubilant nevertheless, as 1 point is better than no points at the end of the day. It was an unfortunate defensive performance by the substitute, Siumasova. She was just not able to match the speed of Delaware. Leaving the attacker to be only defended by goalie Elisa Paolucci. And there was very little that Paolucci could do once Weir got the steps to the side. Internationals are really going to need to regain the momentum of this match after such a deflating equalizing goal. Visible frustration with Rupcic for that pass that made it down the right field line. Though blue shirts do maintain in possession. Here's Mariani. Mariani's got an open slot. Are they able to capitalize? No. Christic having to dance 1, 2, left, right around defenders, unable to get it in. And despite a last shot there by Rush Canada off the foot of Goodwin, Paolucci hits it over the bar, under the uprights. No field goal, but a corner kick. Mariani running in for the corner with Goodwin in short. Canada flag in the way of the shot. Kind of fitting considering the holiday that is coming up next weekend. Here's the shot of the cross in. Mariani finding a header. Paolucci did not get her hand on that. It's seeming like it possibly made accidental contact with an attacker. But Rush did get the last touch, and International have the goal kick. It seems that Paolucci's attempt may have accidentally struck Rupčić. Not enough to warrant a penalty shot, but as Rupčić was able to get the last laugh with the header on. Another opportunity for Rush. Shot on. Wow. That was an opportunity for Delawere's third. She's claiming that it went off the defender for a corner kick. Still very frustrated, going to the ground and back up for what seemed to be a burpee. Referee Capisuto says, no way, Jose, and it's going for a goal kick. We are visibly frustrated with that decision, regaining her composure and putting the pressure on International once again. Massive speed boost by Dwyer. That is coming straight towards me. It hit the camera. We are all good. Seems like International is not a fan of my commentary, as they are already trying to kill myself and my cameraman. Cross in by Rush. Does not find the heads of anybody, but almost finds Young. Young battling for it on the far touchline. Going up against Langeli. Langeli sends it out, and Rush wins the throw in. Rush once again with the throw, just past the halfway line. International attempting to clear it out. Douglas shoots it long, trying to find Mills or Saleh. Saleh playing quite high up for a midfielder, but she knows her positioning well. She knows how to play both positions and how to maintain pressure within the midfield and within the advance. Quick throw. Off of Meoni. Rush were not a fan of the fact that she did kick it slightly away, but ref says play on nevertheless. Off the foot of Meon. Despite the protests, the ref and the assistant referee right in front of me knew what they saw, and we play on. International FC growing slightly desperate to try and take back the lead in this game. Russia found a new life in this match here in the 64th minute, especially after Weir's tying goal. Here goes Mills. An interesting chip in, almost finds her feet, but Wiley sends it away with the assistance of Rupčić. Foul here on International. Foul here on International. Let's see, for International it seems actually. My apologies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bodies close or in the penalty area for International against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 defending Rush players. An opportunity here from the 24-yard line for International to take the lead for the third time this match. Strike in. Ramsey bounces off her hands. Douglas is in there trying to chip away at it, finding any sort of white shirt to kick it in. Mills almost gets her foot on it, but de Blasio sends it out for the International throw-in. A good opportunity here for the visitors. Unable to capitalize, but threatening nevertheless. Luckily for Rush, de Blasio was there to clear it. A decent showing here tonight at Bronte in regards to attendance. Despite all the festivities happening in the provincial capital between the World Cup, Pride, Canada's match tomorrow, and the Noah Khan concert, a good showing in Oakville.
Right there, Sol.
Canada is truly a footballing nation, and at every single level of the game in this country, you see it across the Premier Soccer Leagues of Canada, across the Canadian Premier League with growing attendance numbers, the Northern Super League, and that is a foul against Danielle Wiley. International is down. I believe that is Marisale, a head to the back of her head. Referee is telling Wiley no more. Wiley claiming that she was going for the ball, but it is undeniable that her head did make contact with the back of Sally's. Many different arguing perspectives here with the referee. Referee going with the foul, but no booking. That would have been the first booking tonight, I believe, in the match. Wiley making off like a bandit. Here's the cross in. Shrewery's cross does not find anybody, but off a rebound, International gain possession. Mills looking for anybody. Here's a shot. Oh, just over the crossbar was a shot by Alexa Shrewery. Ramsey did not know whether that was going under or above the crossbar, so she jumped anyway. And we do have a substitution coming here for International. Coming off the pitch is Alessandra Page. And coming onto the pitch for International is the defender from Guyana, Savannah Mondesir Singh. This will be Mondesir's third appearance in the Ontario Premier League Second Division, with her also making 2 appearances for International's reserve side in League 3. Mondesir Singh has 4 appearances at the CONCACAF W qualifiers in Group B with her national side of Guyana, clocking 308 minutes with the national squad. I believe during my research, I counted approximately 4 or 5 Guyanese national team members within the International FC roster. Some with the senior squad, some with their U21 sides. Impressive nevertheless, and a demonstration of Canadian talent, or Canadian-based talent for that matter, making appearances on the international stage. Long throw here by Rush. Slowly scooped up by Paolucci. Long ball deep. Over the head of de Blasio. Here goes Rush. Here goes International, rather. Mondesir Singh shoots it in, and the substitute takes the lead for International. Just 3 minutes since her introduction to this match, and Mondesir Singh is leaving her mark on it. 3-2 for the visitors. What a substitution by Coach Manuel Corona. an immediate impact on this game, having only been brought in less than 2 minutes ago. And Rush are back trailing once again by a goal, with International taking the lead for the third time this match. I apologize to the viewers at home if the mic did crack a little bit, but the excitement is clearly palpable within both the fans, the bench, and myself with that performance by Mondasir Singh. Foul here against International, and the first booking of the game coming against Tarasisic, the dual goal scorer for the visitors. Referee counting the yards with Mariani, waiting for the whistle. A dangerous position here for International, as Mariani is a proven goal scorer, as mentioned previously in the first half. Can Mariani make this 9 on the season? Here's a shot. And oh my goodness, almost finding the top right corner. Mariani nearly bearing her 9th of 2026. Ultimately going out wide with no touch for Paolucci for the goal kick. To Paolucci for the goal kick, that is. With just under 20 minutes left in this match, International FC know what they have to do to hold on to 3 points for only their what would be their third win of the season.
Beat that. Too easy.
Here's an opportunity for Rush. The cross in is deflected. Correction, this would be International's. This would be International's third win of the season if this result holds. If the hosts are able to equalize, it would mark International's first draw of the 2026 campaign, and thus their first draw as a club in the Ontario Premier League. Ball here for International. Rush putting on the pressure. Their mission objective is just as evident as that of International's. Equalize and win, or win. They cannot drop points if they seek to push up in the standings. Should International win today, they would overtake Oakville for 6th place in the OPL 2. Still remaining about 12 points out of a promotion spot. But with 7 games left in the campaign, it is not unheard of in the Ontario Premier League, or League One Ontario as it was previously called, for a comeback of the likes. Dissatisfaction from International due to the referee's call for a Rush throw-in. Ultimately, it presents no threat as International are back in the with the ball in hand. Rush are very much favoring the side, which features Young and Mariani. Delaware getting it. Oh! Mariani almost again threatening Paolucci with a good one tap from Delaware. Ultimately unsuccessful, but Rush are closing in. This game is far from over, folks. Short pass by Paolucci to her defenders. Weir puts on the pressure. Forces an error within the pass, but doesn't block it fully. De Blasio finds Christic. Christic goes deep. Cross in. Does she find anybody? Mariani was there. Young was there. Although it bounces back, Young does gain possession. Another cross in. And it goes behind the net for a goal kick. Another opportunity for the girls in blue. Young and Mariani both having opportunities so far. Weir, with her 2 goals on the night, looking for a third. Will she find it? International with the throw-in by the center line. Watched closely by 3 officials. The 4th, the AR on the coach's side, and our center referee, Capisoto. Another opportunity for Rush, dissuaded by the International backline. Mariani looking for Young. Was in an offside position. Clearly indicated by the raised flag of the assistant referee, and International have the indirect free kick at the 15-yard mark. Here comes International once again. Opportunities about. No players on the close side. For an opportunity, and Mariani is pushing up. Sisek pressuring Mariani. Decides to go short behind her, and a long, deep pass by Rush. Mills regains it. Mills is taken down by Mazzafaro. No protestations by the striker. Another opportunity by Rush. Intercepted by International's back line. A push on the back by de Blasio on Douglas. Correction, not Douglas. Once again, Mondasir Singh goes down, gets herself back up, wins the foul. I thought I saw a 22, and when in fact it was a 20 on the back of that jersey. Substitution coming in for International. Off the pitch goes Marisale, a lovely performance this evening with multiple attempts on net, good opportunities alongside Tarasisic. And on comes Madison Bigler. Good run here along the close touchline. Cross into the middle. Do Rush capitalize? Mariani is there. She's totally onto possession. Ball goes out. It was a great run by Christic on the close side. Good forward thinking and a good vision of the penalty area, as both Mariani and Weir were in the middle, just unable to get around any of the defenders, and Paolucci is here for the goal kick. This is Bigler's only second appearance in the OPL this season. We have a substitution coming in for Rush Canada. Lara Gattoni coming in with Shiloh Goodwin coming off for the host. Will this prove the deciding factor? Loud cries coming from the international bench and from the spectators for a tackle. Referee decides play on. Players play on as well. But the debate rages on. The recent substitute for Rush Canada, Lara Gattoni, a native of Toronto. Seems that Weir wins the not Weir rather. Corbett wins the free kick at a tight angle after a push on her back by our international defender, and Mariani is here for the kick. Ref ensuring that all yardage distances are respected. Here's the cross by Mariani. Oh, going for the net is Mariani, and it has to be expertly defended by Paolucci before it sneaks in on the short side. She knows she has the foot on her to find the fine mesh. There is a reason why she has been named OPL Team of the Week 4 times, Mariani. She is a previous champion, too. She knows what the taste of winning, having won League One Ontario with Alliance United in 2023. That was quite the year for Alliance United as they proceeded to make appearances at the Interprovincial Championships. The reserve side the following year would actually go on to win the Reserve League. Alliance United's reserve side would go on to win in 2024 against another push by International. Can they make it 4? Just over 8 minutes left here in tonight's match between International and Rush Canada. Beautiful performances by Tara Sisek, Savannah Mondesir Singh have got International up by 3. But not to be outdone, Delaware has kept the Rush in it with a brace of her own. This almost matches Weir's performance in the last meeting between these two sides on June 10th, which she was able to net a hat trick, playing 90 minutes of that full match in what was eventually a 5-0 victory for Rush Canada. Definitely a change of fortunes here, and here goes Weir again. Will she make it 3? She's all alone. She goes for the 5-hole, and Paolucci dissuades her. Amazing defending by the keeper, playing a sweeper role due to the one-on-one nature of that attack. Weir thought she could go for the nutmeg, was unsuccessful. Wasting time, trying to bait Young or Weir in. Paolucci jumps on it. 7 minutes left in this match, plus any injury time added by the referees. Ball bounced under Mondesir Singh, goes the foot of de Blasio. Ultimately off of Mondesir Singh. A dual substitution coming in for Rush Canada, possibly at the next stoppage in play. Olivia Toll coming in for Ava Young. And Bakiochi coming in for Angelina Kristic. That now marks all 4 substitutions for the hosts. Do they have anything left up their sleeves in these dying minutes of the match? 3 points are on the line, 1 point is on the line, depending on the final result. Who will come out victorious? Or will we see another draw for Rush Canada and the first draw of their OPL tenure for International? No substitutions warming up for International. You would think that Coach Corona would want to burn some of the minutes here with substitutions, deciding to stick with the 11 athletes on the pitch right now. Paolucci taking her time, referee getting ready for the warnings. Here's the long pass. Intercepted by de Blasio. A close battle, ultimately leads it with Mariani in the center field. Back to de Blasio. De Blasio goes in for Weir. Weir unable to get control of it. Rolls slowly out, Paolucci in no rush. There are 2 balls behind her net. She opts to chase after the one that rolled into the end zone. Under 5 minutes left here at Bronte Athletic Park. International up 3-2 over the host, Rush Canada. Will this mark International's 3rd win of the 2026 season? Ball goes out and Toll is there to collect it for the throw. Rebound off. Mills putting pressure on Rush. Ultimately deciding to send it back to Ramsey. Slow build here for the host. Baciocchi sends up for Mariani. Is Mariani able to beat for the run? She gets there before CM Silva, apologies. Opportunity here for Rush. Weir goes down funny at the 6-yard box. Unable to get a foot on it. Doesn't seem like she was tackled. Just seems more of a disappointment as she now has her hands on her knees. Seemingly regretting the missed attempt there that should have equalized this match once again for the 3rd time tonight. Long ball makes it to the center pitch. Bigler tries to clear it. Mondesir Singh fighting for it there. A good touch by Corona to control the ball, even if it is going to the opposite side. Off the foot of Toll for an International throw. The question that remains for me here is, will we see a return of the fireworks at the end of this match? For what has been a fantastic meeting between these 2 sides. In large part considering their relative positions on the table and the previous result from their showing earlier this month, I doubt anyone would have conceived such a close contest. But with no cares, a capitulation seems to be incoming. Paolucci comes out. De Blasio's there to receive it. Finds Toll. Toll looks for Gattoni. Gattoni was unable to maintain her hold on the ball, but Rush are maintaining the possession anyway. Weir to the sideline. Finds Gattoni. Lots of space on the close touch line. There is a Rush Canada player there. It is Baciocchi. She holds on to it right at the touch, or right at the goal line before it rolls out. Crossed on by Viduka. De Blasio is there, but ultimately is unable to do anything with it. And the ball is sent by International to Ramsey. Another rebuilding play by Rush here. Bit too hard of a touch by Ramsey. Ultimately still makes it to her defender. Midfielder, rather, in Wiley. Good header by Mariani. Here goes Wiley. One-on-one with Paolucci. Paolucci lets it roll out. Once again, wasting time. She knows what she's doing here with less than 30 seconds left in regulation. No indication as of yet as to how many minutes of injury time will be added. Certainly some, considering the few players that have gone down, the yellow cards and the fouls that have been taken, as well as the interruption by the fireworks at approximately the 47th. Mariani's in the middle. Finds Weir. Weir dances. Dispossessed. De Blasio's there. Almost all of blue is up except for 2 defenders. Mazzaferro and Wiley are holding back. And with that, the fourth has indicated 5 minutes of added time. 5 minutes for Rush to equalize. 5 minutes for International to either double their lead or hold on to this result. Anything is possible here, as demonstrated this evening so far. Mariani's in the middle, looking for a teammate. Here's a shot, and just rolling wide is Gattoni's unfortunately weaker than expected shot. Gattoni has plenty of experience at the collegiate and Ontario Premier League levels, having previously played with Unionville Milliken in 2023, and multiple years with Alabama State and the Sam Houston Cats in the NCAA. Following her time with the Cats, she did return home to pursue a master's degree in public health at U of T, specializing in public health and epidemiology. Here goes Rush again. The usual suspects. Bacciocchi, Mariani, Weir, Gattoni, all up front. Paolucci burning the clock as much as she can. Very little time left here. Maybe less than a handful of minutes. Mills trying to find Mondesir Singh, but way too strong of a swinging pass. Swinging volley, better describe it. And it goes out for a rush throw-in. Will Coach de Blasio send all of his athletes up? All bodies are needed in the penalty area if anything is going to go in the net, especially with a corner or any sort of free kick past the 40-yard mark. Reception off the foot of Weir, standing still in disappointment as it hits off her shins and goes out for an international throw. Good chest control and foot control by de Blasio. Nearly sends it back up to Weir, but an attempt to swing and kick it back into the center field. Slides off the outside foot and out for another throw in for International. Time is a burning here at Bronte Athletic Park. Rush need anything, a glimmer of hope to be able to equalize here. We know they are able to do it. It is not a question of if. It's not a question of can. It's a question of if they can tonight. So little time is left with only the 5 minutes that was added by the officiating crew. And International is keeping up the pressure in the midfield area. Not too many players in white close to the penalty area. But pressure is maintained nevertheless, just trying to make sure that Rush do not enter the attacking third. Keep the ball in Ramsey's hands. Keep the ball at her feet. Just make sure it does not leave the penalty area. Make sure it does not leave Rush's side. That's the game plan, the modus operandi for the girls in white. Here's a run for Mills. Down the right sideline. She's got pressure by Mazzaferro. Ultimately taken away by Mazzaferro for the blue throw-in. Mills is a bit disappointed with the decision by the close AR. Bigler looked for Mills there. Was unable to find her. Douglas a bit of a shove into the back of Weir.
You gotta win that.
Good play by Mariani. Finds Weir. Weir able to get around Douglas. Is she able to get her around Langeli? No. Blue maintains possession. Push on the back of Weir. And she does win the throw. She does win the free kick at the 20-yard mark, just outside of the penalty area. Does de Blasio send all of his players up? It seems that Wiley is maintaining a rear presence near the center line, along with Ramsey holding out at the 35-yard, but everyone else in blue is in the penalty area. All bodies are needed here. Dying seconds of this match tonight. Mariani's on the free kick. There's the whistle. Here she comes. Shot. Oh my goodness, it almost goes in off the free kick. Paolucci expertly blocks it away. Another attempt by Rush off the rebound. Unsuccessful, and Paolucci's holding on to it in what has got to be the last play of this match. Here's the kick. Calls from the international bench for the referee to blow the final whistle, and there it is. And a masterful night, a beautiful game, a performance for the ages by International, who have struggled in 2026, taking down the side that previously took them down 5-0 earlier tonight. Tara Sissik netting a brace of her own, picking up one of the few bookings of the game, the only booking of the game rather, is complemented by Savannah Mondesir, the recent sub who, coming in the 67th, nets it for the game-winning goal in the 69th. All in spite of a fantastic performance by Della Weir and her counterparts up front for Rush Canada, as Weir nets 2 goals on the night as well. Unfortunately for Michael de Blasio's side, it is not enough, and Rush walk away with 0 points, and International with an all-important 3 to avoid relegation to OPL 3 in 2027. Thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Nelson Mahmoudi, and we were here live at the Bronte Athletic Park in Oakville, Ontario, OPL 2 action.